All right, we're in business making. So, let's talk about the Scarlet Letter project. All right, first thing we're going to do, look up here. Quit looking. Anyway, first one is, and I did not come up with these myself. I modified a few of them, but I got them from other teachers, okay? I liked them, why reinvent the wheel? Create a graphic novel. There's got to be 24 pages, one for each chapter, with a color picture and at least 3 sentences per page. That's an individual project. That's pretty self-explanatory. Everybody knows how to do that. The next is create an illustration of the ape that is designed in such a way as to highlight one of the themes of the novel. This is not something you should just make with a crayon and a piece of paper, right? You need to put some effort into this. It needs to look good, right? And you can make it out of fabric. You can make them out of wood. I've already had 2 or 3 people talk about, getting like a letter A or whatever wood, and then they use those. It looks like a soldering iron. You know what I'm talking about? And then they write on wood and stuff.
Like it burns it?
Yeah, like burns it and stuff. Yeah. I guess it is soldering iron. I don't know. But fixing them up, some people want to do like fabric on them or paint. It's up to you. Whatever you do. Now, here's the thing. Make it out of whatever you want to, but it needs to be well done. All right? It needs to be well done. The key here is for all these projects, you're not going to be rewarded for just throwing something together to fulfill the project. That's not going to do it. Right? You got to put some thought and some effort into it. Okay? Now, I don't expect that everybody's going to be an artist. I get that. But we can all tell the difference in a sock puppet, right, and somebody who's actually put some effort into something. All right. 3, choose a sentence or phrase from the book and make it into a poster. Everybody thinks, oh, this is great because I can do that. And it is, in a way. It's going to be large and the phrase short enough that the letters are also large. You can read it, right? And I have to get up here next to it. The font, the color choices, and everything should all work together to show the tone, the phrase, and the significance in the novel. On the back of the poster, you're going to write 2 to 3 paragraph explanation of why the quote is so significant and how your design shows the relevance. Okay, this is where you can't wing it, folks. You've got to think this through, right? The next option is to do a People's Magazine article. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with People's Magazine. When these projects were first put together by some other teachers and so on, People Magazine was a big deal. I don't know if it still is or not. But you know what I'm talking about. It's a magazine that deals with like celebrities and stuff like that. It's not a National Enquirer, but it's just like a star magazine, okay? Celebrity magazine. So here you're going to write a story about the People Magazine's Love Triangle of the Year. Produce a magazine article in which you try to piece together the story of this love triangle from the various characters' points of view. Your article should include comments by Hester, Arthur, and Roger. The main goal is to understand the effect that their actions had on each other during the story. Be sure to bring out major events of the story, and your finished product should look like a real magazine article. Right? Pictures, all that stuff. 5 and 6 are the really popular ones, it seems. 5, script being the key word, and perform a significant scene involving 2 or 3 of the characters from the novel. Right? All the characters shall be in costume and in the appropriate setting that matches the scene. The scene shall be approximately 3 to 5 minutes long and recorded in landscape. That's a leftover from the old stuff. Back in the day, we had students doing projects. They would actually have to go to the library and check out these little video cameras that were like this big. Okay? Now everybody has a phone, or almost everybody has a smartphone. You can do videos with it. So we had to tell them how to do it. 6, and we're going to talk more about these in a minute. Create a trailer for a movie version. You know what a trailer is. You can Google trailers, get on YouTube, and watch all kinds of trailers and get a lot of really good ideas. trailer shall be approximately 2 to 4 minutes long and shall mimic a real trailer. Don't forget important things like the stars, the title, production company, and all that. Those two are group projects. So we have individual projects and we have group projects. We have projects that require artistic ability and projects that don't. Okay? So there should be a little something in there for everybody. Now, to answer some of the questions that have been coming up, groups should be 3 to 4 students maximum. Okay, I don't want them getting any bigger than that. Each group member shall play an essential role. Now, if you're doing something with a video, you don't have to be on camera to be playing an essential role. Right? Somebody has to film it and direct it and whatever. So, and those parts can change among people. All performances shall be scripted. Even if you are making a poster and you have explained it on the back, that's your script. You with me? Now, if you have another idea, you can talk to me about it. Now let's talk about this just for a moment, because some of this stuff isn't written out, but you need to know it. All projects will be presented one way or another. You with me? Obviously, if you're making videos, movie trailer or a scene or something like that, obviously that's going to be videoed and presented to the class. But everybody's project is going to be presented one way or another. For instance, if you make a letter A, you know, and I said you're going to have to know how it ties in, all that. You're going to have to explain that to us. You're going to have to tell us the importance of the design and some of the things that you talk about. You're going to tell us in class about that. Now you have a choice. You can either do that live, okay, or you can record it. Right? And a lot of people are choosing to record, and that's cool. I have no problem with that, because you have a little more control over it, and you can do it 2 or 3 times if you want to, you know. So I get that. But it's going to be presented one way or another. Now, all your projects are going to be turned in on Google Classroom. If you decide that you're going to present your project live, that's cool. I have no problem with that. Let's go back to that letter A. You're going to present it live to the class. You're not going to video it. That's all right. It's cool. But I need you to take a picture of that A and turn in your picture on Google Classroom. Okay, and I'm going to explain why here in just a minute. Video projects must be uploaded to YouTube. Now, many of you have a YouTube channel already. You know how to upload videos and all that. It's really easy. If you don't know how, you can learn how in 5 minutes, trust me. All you got to do is open up the app on your phone. There's a little circle at the bottom with a plus sign. Touch the plus sign. Click the video you want. Click upload video. When you do that, set it to unlisted, and then people who are searching can't find it. Unless you want to set it for public, which a lot of students do. How many times have you been watching something to do with something we're doing in class, and you run into 7 videos or 12 videos made by students in a class? It's the same thing. It's because they left them public and didn't put them unlisted. So you can do whatever you want. But I'm saying if you don't want other people to search it, put it unlisted. Now here's what you're going to do. On a Google Doc, listen very closely. On a Google Doc, you're going to put a link to the video. All right? And you know that script I told you that you need to have? You're also going to put your script on that Google Doc. You with me? Now, just like real actors in Hollywood, you don't have to follow the script exactly word for word. This is not something you've got to memorize. But it's a guide. You can ad-lib stuff, but I still need a basic script. No winging it, folks. You with me? You got to think this stuff through to make it a quality project presentation. So you're going to have your link to your video and your script. If you're doing another project like a poster or a letter A or something like that, take a picture of it, upload it. Right? You with me? If you're writing the article for the People magazine, just upload the article. If 3 of you are working on a project together, so you're doing a video, 3 of you are working on it together, then all 3 of you need to turn in the project. And all 3 of you will have all 3 names on the Google Doc. This is a logistics thing for me. I have 120 projects that I'm going to be looking at and keeping up with. I have to have all of this turned in. Don't have to, but I'm requiring it now because we can. This has to be turned in this way so I can keep up with who has done what. Does that make sense? It's not that big of a deal for you because you've got 1 project, but I've got 120 projects. Right? Or 120 people doing projects. So all 3 of you are going to turn in the exact same thing? Yes. And it's going to have all 3 names on every one of them? Yes. That's okay. It's all right. That way I can keep up with who has turned in what. Make sense? All right. So I think that that's covered about everything. What questions do you have about these projects? Yes.
For the one that's like the A, is there like, whenever we present it, is that like another thing where we have to write a script that like explains it?
You're going to need to have something written out that you can refer to when you are explaining to the class the significance of whatever you've done with this symbol.
Okay.
Okay, and yes, that will be uploaded with a picture of the A.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else? Y'all understand why I'm having you do this, right? I don't want people just winging it. I want you to put some time and effort into it. And I want you to get as much credit as I can possibly give you. Yes?
Do you want us to work with like just people in this class?
No, I hadn't really thought of that yesterday when I was talking to another class and I said you can't, but then I had to recant. Okay, take that back. I have told people in a couple classes today so far that you may work with people in other classes. All the rules apply. You know, you're going to be turning in yours and it's going to have their names on it, and then when they turn it in, they're turning in the same thing with your name on it. So it really doesn't matter if you're in the same class or not. Since everything's going to be done that way and on Google Classroom, I can still keep up with it. That was my main concern, is how do I keep up with all this. Okay. All right, any other questions? All right, sound like something that's doable? All right, do a week from today. All right, do 1 week from today. You can handle that, right? All right, folks, that's it as far as the projects go, and I'll stop the video and we'll go to the library.